What's going on, guys, and welcome back to some XDefiant. So for today's video, I'm going to do a voiceover of a ranked game I recently played, and in it, I'm going to go over my thought process, some of the mistakes I made, as well as cover some tips. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Alright, hopping straight into the game, we're going to be playing a game of Occupy on the map Noodleplex. Great combination. I wish I got Occupy more, but unfortunately, we don't get it enough. First things first, we're going to be getting to the hill, obviously, as fast as possible. On these points, the ones that are in the middle of the map, they're going to be super scrappy. In case you don't know what that just means everyone's going to be fighting for them. Not too much time is going to be gained by either team. If you're able to get a good 20 to 30 seconds, that's a win in your books. What you really want to be focusing on in the first rotation is making sure you have spawns for the second point. Most of the time, those will be the money hills. A money hill is a point that, if set up correctly, you can get a full 60 seconds on it, so making sure that you have the spawns for those points, it's super important. Fast forwarding a little bit, at this point, P2 has just popped. We don't have the spawns for this, so we are going to have to work on a break. Fortunately, we are able to catch this guy off guard. He's pushed up a little bit too far. I would have been back just a little bit farther. It is good to create layers, but not that many. Pushing out all the way to the back, we are able to get one. This guy turns and burns us, so we have to play our life super hard here. Playing your life here is super important. As you can see, our teammates are able to flood into the point, distract this guy enough so I can clean him up, and after that, I'm wrapping all the way to the back of spawn and making sure that we're blocking that spawn, that they have zero chance of spawning there. That is a spawn point right here where I'm standing, or even a little bit to the right, so making sure that they're not spawning there, it's super important. Obviously, we're going to try to get some kills on point. We do end up getting taken down, but with that, they're not going to be spawning there. Unfortunately, we don't spawn on top of the point, but like I said, neither are they, so we're really just going to be in a foot race. At this point, it's going to be super scrappy. We did our job. We didn't let them get a full 60 on a money hill, so at that point, we're pretty happy with that. I'm able to absolutely slam this guy. We get some nice scrap there. Nothing too crazy, but at the end of the day, we are going to want to flip this. In 2 more points, the next hill is going to be a money hill. That one is going to be all the way in the back of the other side of the map. Those ones, once again, if you set them up correctly, you can get a full 60 seconds. And I believe a few times in this game, we are able to get pretty much the full 60 seconds, and that's realistically what will win you hardpoint games. Fast forwarding once again, we're pretty much tied up at 40. There's only 7 seconds left on the old hill, and the enemies have it, so no point in hitting it. We're just going to rotate over to the next and get ready for that. At this point, though, you might be wondering, why did I just run past the point? What am I doing here? Like I said, making sure you're playing the spawns is the most important part of hardpoint. This next point is right behind me, right behind those stairs. So making sure we have the spawns, it's super important. Unfortunately, we do trade with this guy. This was pre-patch when the trading was still pretty crazy. Thankfully, now it's pretty good. But as you can see, we have the spawns. I did my job. The enemies are on the point, but these middle hills, like I said, they're super scrappy. Not a lot of time is going to be gained by really either team, so it's not the end of the world. Right here, obviously, we have the spawn, so I really just have lives to throw. I'm going to run into the hard point, try to make it scrappy as possible. If we can get 20 seconds, like I said, that's a W. 30 seconds, 40 seconds, that is even better. But at the end of the day, we have the spawns for the next money hill, so we're really not worried. We're able to get a good 50 seconds, maybe even 60 seconds on the next hill if we can hold it right. After getting this kill, I'm heading straight back to the point. There's only about 15 seconds left on the hill, so I don't really care about that time. I want to make sure that 100% we have this point, and we're not letting anyone else hold it. At this point, you might be wondering once again, what am I doing running off the point? You're crazy, not playing objective. L teammate, what are you doing? Now, I mentioned earlier, but this is the concept of creating layers. Creating layers in your defense is something you should always be doing on every single hard point, making it so that the enemies don't just know exactly where you are. Obviously, when you're sitting on the point, the enemies, they know where you are. So taking space on the map, holding off angles, this will get you kills so many times. And even when you do die, you are going to spawn right back on the point, especially if your teammates are already there. You're not going to have a problem at all. As you can see, we do die off the point, but we spawn right back next to it. Fortunately, we are able to get really good timing. We get a nice 2-piece here. We're running straight back to the point, trying to get some reinforcements. Looking at the kill feed, we know that we have 3 dead, so there's only 1 more guy that's going to be coming off spawn. Looking at the bullets, that's going to be him, so we know that that's the last guy. Paying attention to your kill feed and the minimap as well is super important. This will give you so much information throughout the game, and it's invaluable, really. Knowing where teammates are coming from, knowing where enemies are spawning, all this information can be gotten just from looking at the minimap. And using your kill feed, you can know how many enemies are alive, how many of your teammates are alive, what to expect out of pressure, knowing if you could hold a point, knowing if you should back off the point. All those can be gained just by looking at a kill feed and even a minimap. So make sure you're paying attention to these as well. That is one of the most important tips I can give you guys in this video. Getting back into the game, on this point, we're back on the first rotation. So back to P1, like I said, once again, these are super scrappy. So we're going to try to get as much time as we can. I will tell you guys right now, though, we go pretty crazy on this hill. Looking at the minimap, once again, make sure you're looking at it. Our teammates spawn all the way in the back of P2, so I know that I can fight on P1 and not have an issue. I'm going to spawn in the back if I do die. At this point, I know that this guy is right to my left. Instead of taking the chow straight up, I jump right around, try to get the kill, shoot him in the back. It's way easier. This guy, I just absolutely slammed this guy and this guy too. I mean, take his heals, destroy him. Nice little 5-piece, and we're getting plenty of time. But jeez, I got 6? Don't tell me I got another one. Alright, back to the game. Sorry, jeez. Got a little distracted there, but back to the P2. Like I said, we have the spawns, so we're in good hands, man. We're in a foot race. Luckily, we do have the spawns. I'm not sure how they didn't get there. None of them are rotating, so lucky us. Like I said, playing an off angle here, creating layers. This is a really good off angle here. This guy predicts us, obviously. People probably play that spot a lot, so he do. I might have been there already on the first P2, so being a little bit more unpredictable, it might be a better play. At this point, I'm just going to flood the point. We don't have any people on the point, so I want to make sure we have spawns. Knowing where I spawned, I know that they're going to be on the direct opposite side, so I'm going to sit in another nice off angle, hold this little door so when they run out, I'm going to get a free kill. This guy saw me kill his teammate, so he's going to chow out, throw a nice little shoulder there. This guy can't farm him, man. He was shooting. At this point, though, I know that they're going to be spawning there, reading the pressure. I'm going to hit a nice flank. Easy little 3-piece. Like I said, looking at the minimap and reading spawns, this will lead you to plays like this. It's easy, man. Fast forwarding once again, I do want to point out a little mistake here that I made. At this point, looking at the kill feed, all my teammates are dead. So I should have just ran back all the way to the next point, making sure that my teammates had a chance of spawning there. Instead, I just ran in, instantly died. As you can see, we're still spawning on the old point. In 2 more points, it's going to be the money hill again, all the way on the other side where I was just running to. So, like I said, definitely should have ran there. In your games, pay attention to your kill feed. If your teammates are dead, try to just play those spawns, wait for your teammates because you don't want to get staggered. Fast forwarding once again, I'm thinking the same exact thing the last time we were on this point. We want to flip those spawns, so I'm going to turn to burn this guy real quick and continue to run to the back. Luckily, my teammate spawns right there as I'm looking at him. I don't know how. I guess we're just blocking it just by looking at it, so we'll take it, man. With only 10 seconds left, though, I'm going to run straight back to the point and make sure we hold this. My teammate does take the space on the left side, so I'm going to run back to the point. I see my teammate take the point for me, so I'm going to run back to the left again. Once I see him run off, though, I'm running straight back. I'll play the hill, guys. Listen, I don't have a problem with playing the hill. I just want to make sure we also have layers because the layers, they're more important and they're a lot harder to do. So on this point, though, this is a really good spot for you guys. Sitting on those little box top, it's really good. I think you can get shot through this little divider, but obviously it's a wall bang. Some people don't know. Once I see this bubble, though, I'm going to try to get as much damage into it before his teammates come in and start doing damage to me, obviously. We're able to get one clip. Once I see his teammate, I'm going to wrap all the way around. For some reason, this guy takes his bubble down. We absolutely slam him. We're able to get his teammate. Unfortunately, we do get taken out in the back, but with this hill, it's going to be super scrappy at this point. We're going to be spawning here. They're going to be spawning on the opposite side. Not exactly on the point, but neither are we, so it's really just a foot race once again. Try to make it as scrappy as possible. We're up 40 points at this point. With 209 points, we can try to just get a scrap on the next 4 hills, and we can win the game. If you can get 10, 15 seconds on the next 3 hills, and they get maybe 20, 30 seconds, and you make the rest of the time white, that is no problem at all. You're able to win. Once you're up at these high numbers, you can start hitting old points, even if there's 10 seconds left on it, because those 10 seconds left, they're going to be useful, especially, like I said, if you're at 230, those 10 seconds right there push you up to 240. You only need another 10 seconds, so the enemies, they're going to have to stay on the top of the hill the entire 60 seconds. They're going to have a hard time rotating, so you're going to have plenty of chances. Getting back into the game at this point, we only need 30 seconds left to win, and with 45 seconds left on the point, it's going to be a little bit difficult, but we're not going to worry about rotating at all at this point. We want to get as much time on this, just so the next point, even if it does have to go to the next point, we will only need a few seconds. So we're going to try to get as much time on this P1. Skip it forward for the final time. At this point, we only need 14 seconds left, but if they get the full hold on this, things are going to start getting a little bit scary, so we need to get a break here. Fortunately, we are able to get one. I have my teammate right next to me, so we're going to do a little bit bait and switch. He's able to get the other guy. He does get taken out, but with that, I'm able to take space onto the point. Right here, I want to play my life as much as possible. I'm going to hold a nice little off angle. We're able to get 2, shoot a little bit at this guy, not able to get them, but like I said, playing my life as much as possible. When you're this close to the point, you really want to play your life, and really not much to be said. I'm just going crazy. After this 3-piece, that's pretty much the game. They don't have the spawns, we do. We only need 8 seconds. And that's GG, man. As you can see, I'm going to die here, but we're going to spawn right on top of the point. With 3 seconds left, that is the game. 250 to 197. Pretty close game overall, but the victories really came from winning these money hills. Getting these back hills are super important, and like I said in the beginning, this is on every map. Every map for the most part will have 2, maybe even 3 money hills, so making sure you're rotating on these is super important. When there's 20 seconds left on the old hill, going and making sure you have those spawns. Number 1 tip. Number 2, creating layers. When you have the point, pushing up and taking space is super important. Making sure that the enemies, they don't have a free reign on you. You don't want them knowing exactly where you are at all times. So pushing up, taking space, holding off angles. Second most important thing, and third most important thing, looking at the kill feed and looking at your minimap. This will give you all the information you need. Even if you're not in comms with teammates, using that will help you out a whole lot. Alright though guys, that is going to do it for today's video though. I really hope you learned something in this video, and if you did, make sure to drop a like. If you're new, make sure to subscribe. I really do appreciate all the support lately. Y'all have been going crazy, so really do appreciate you guys. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.